The definition of stop hitting yourself, Chesnaught is the deck everyone in the comments wanted me to play today, so here you go. While it definitely has a lot of problems, like my ex-wife who tried to get me to play the Digimon TCG, I know I can fix her. Chesnaught's biggest claim to fame is its ability. If it's in the active and hit by an attack, Needly Armor retaliates for 3 damage counters for each grass energy attached to the naughtiest Pokemon. There's really only 2 ways to build a Chesnaught deck, and both rely on Meganium to double the energy. Keeping in mind that 1 equals 2 when Meganium is in play, these are the numbers you can expect from Needly Armor. Most of the time you'll have 2 physical grass attached to impound them, dealing 160 damage and preventing retreat. So between impound and Needly Armor, that's a total of 280 damage, meaning you come up short on a Dragapult. In the Ogerpon version, you run Energy Switch to try and build up Chesnaught even further, and Yan Mega's passing back up to 3. I've also been experimenting with butt stuff, with Heavy Baton, which preserves energy in play if Chesnaught's knocked out. But it doesn't matter what cards you use. If you're playing Chesnaught, the dream is to face Festival Lead and take 2 prizes without doing anything. You're probably thinking this is the worst possible matchup in the history of the world and I'm definitely going to lose the game. Well, you're half right, but what if you're also wrong? Okay, so I don't have anybody without an ability except for Quilladin. So I'm going to have to rely on the Quilladin to Quilla win this game. I'm going to have to rely on Quilladin to Quilla win this game. All right, so I definitely don't want to have a thingy thing in play. I guess I could hit them with the Chikorita and it's not too big of a deal. Because I play Energy Switch, so yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt that much to hit into them with Chikorita. Because with Energy Switch, that's good. I have Bayleef, I have all the things. I can just knock out the Tinglu next turn if I get a Meganium Energy. And this does take 3 energy, so I have to remember, don't evolve into the thingy thing, right? Do not evolve the Quilladin, or if I do evolve the Quilladin into Naughty Chest, then they have to hit into me, which is actually fine. So this is one situation where a grass deck is not punished by Cornerstone Masked Ogerpon. So despite my chest being very naughty, oh, that's not great. Okay, so if I can knock this out before they have a chance to do anything, that'd be great, but I can't. So I don't know. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I think this will be included in the YouTube video. But I have to maybe focus a little bit more on my single prizers. Because, I have a prize here. I have potentially 2 prizes there. This guy's going to be the problem. Oh, that's not fair. That's not nice. You've ruined my entire strategy. All right, so I just need an energy and we'll be fine. The question is, do I use Max Rod this early? No, right? There's no way. I just got to believe in the heart of the cards. Yeah. Oh, God. I should have used Max Rod. Trust your pilot should have used Max Rod. That was a slight issue. Okay, so we'll go for Chesnaught. But I think I probably just lose the game next turn, right? That seems like a very likely scenario, a very likely Professor Turo's scenario here. Then again, they can't retreat the Tinglu. So it looks like they're not playing Lunatone Zoroark. They got rid of 2 switches to do the thing. So as long as they don't have it this turn, right? They had a lot of things go right last turn. They had everything go right last turn to knock out the Chikorita. But I think I can make it happen. And I guess I evolve into Chesnaught. So what I can do is I can evolve into Chesnaught and trap the Fezandipiti and then hope they just don't have anything. And just hope they don't have any more switches and that those were their switches. Okay, never mind. I think that's fine. Oh my God, no way. There is no way. There is no way that I should have used Max Rod. There is absolutely no world where this should have happened. All right, so then I have to go for broke here. I can't hold on. I have to, and then of course we top deck the Meganium. All right, so I have to hope they didn't get a Mega Lucario. We know they're stuck like my stepsister, so this should be fine because they can't retreat. If they evolve, we lose the game. But I think with the luck they're having, I didn't have a choice. I had to just hope that their prize card in their top deck wasn't a way to find Mega Lucario. Because if they find a Mega Lucario, the game is over. and I have absolutely lost. But, you know, you got to look at what your opponent's doing as well. You can't just stare at their feet the entire time. Suck my butt. All right, they're going to play with their balls or they're going to do something. Oh, they had a switch. Okay, that's actually fine because the Ting-Lu gets knocked out. Because it's taken 90 damage, so the Ting-Lu gets knocked out. That 30 damage was not worth it, bro. And yeah, thank you. See, Chesnaught actually kind of decent. Also, you're playing way too many switch cards, my friend. All right, so I have to boss his orders. I think I just do what I said I was going to do the turn before. Because, I mean, this is a heavily damaged Riolu. This is 2 free prizes. And it buys me a bit of time. So I guess I go attach to you, boss's orders the Fez, and then impound, and then assume they don't have freaking 4 switch cards. And then just assume they don't have a 4th switch card. That is the world we're living in, is that we have to hope my opponent doesn't have 4 switch cards. Because apparently, you know, the first matchup with Chesnaught, the whole point of Chesnaught is that, you know, sometimes you have to 2-shot people, and maybe they... Why the hell are you... Why do you play Crispin? What's the other energy? Is it Darkness for Monkey Dory? So they must have a Moltres. They must have a Moltres, I assume? I'm assuming it's a Moltres, which is very strange. But yeah, if they hit into me, this is the really funny thing, is they can't knock out my Chesnaught with Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. And then we do Bug Catching Set first to see what we get. That is interesting. So I think I go for Chespin Energy, because I have the Quilladin. We're going to have to use the Quilladin, and I'm also out of Chikorita, which is a slight problem. Slight problem that we're out of Chikorita, but that's fine. What could possibly go wrong after this? Now, if I put an Ogerpon down, I mean, they have used the bosses. If I put an Ogerpon down, I think that's okay. Like, if they target the Ogerpon, that seems okay for me. I just really should have used that Max Rod. Okay, hang on. There we go. Click to place was a mistake. There's Maractus, which I guess I put into play just as a sacrificial cactus. Okay, so 30, 60, 90, 120. If they hit into me with this guy, that gets knocked out. Yeah, then I can't really do anything, but they can also use accelerating. I think I just hit into them, right? I don't think I do anything crazy. I just hit into them, take the 2 prizes, and now all I have to do to win is knock out a Mega Lucario, and I win the game, and there's a naughty chest. But yeah, it's kind of funny that if they hit into me, because you have to remember, with Cornerstone Stance, prevent all damage from attacks. It doesn't prevent the attacks or the damage counters from the ability of Chesnaught. Okay, I would not have gone for the Maractus. That is not who I would have gone for, because they don't realize what they just did wrong. Because that was another thing that I was going to explain is, yeah, we'll go Quilladin. I will Teal Dance, because I think I have 11 energy in the list, so building up an Ogerpon does... Woohoo! Okay. That's interesting. I think I wait. But I don't think they realize the oopsie that they made is it prevents damage. It does not prevent effects of attacks or abilities. So they thought they were buying themselves an extra turn or two, an extra Timmy turn or two. But all they did was trap their Ogerpon, force it to take 6 damage counters to the face, and I can maybe knock them out with a Quilladin, because that's doing 160. Okay, so I'm going to explode all over your face. I also just trap them, but I think the correct call is to just get naughty with my chest, because they're trapped. They have to be out of switch card. They have to be out of freaking switch cards, right? They have to be out of switch cards. There's no world where they are not out of switch cards. All right, so Chikorita down. Chikorita also down. Chikorita is down bad. Let's get a Bayleef. And then we don't evolve that Chesnaught just in case. And then we go boom there, just in case they have another freaking switch card. And then Quilladin, impound. They can't retreat. and they're taking 120. Wait, no, should I have attached to the act? I should have attached to the active. That was my oopsie. I was planning ahead, but I am planning for them to have a switch, right? A switch or a surfer or something wacky because, okay, they did that in the wrong order. But I don't know if I can win now because I'm out of my bosses. So I'm going to have to knock out this Mega Lucario. But their Ogerpons are going to get knocked out coming into my turn. So how exactly does Trust Your Pilot win this game? And yeah, I made a mistake not attaching to the active. That was an oopsie. That's probably going to cost me the game here. But let's go. I think I just overload the corner or the Teal Masked Ogerpon. I think that's all I can do right now is just overload the Ogerpon. Because I do have 2 energy switches. The Heavy Baton never showed up. None of my cards really ever showed up. Let's be honest. None of my cards really ever showed up this game. But I have to be aware of a boss's hors d'oeuvres. And that's a bit of a problem. All right, so let's attach to you. I mean, I could go for Leafy Charge. I could knock it out with Leafy Charge. But I'm still in a situation where I think Ogerpon is my win condition because they have to promote this Lucario. They're down 2 bosses. They are down 2 bosses. You know, at a certain point, you have to be like, you know, maybe my opponent doesn't have 3 bosses or a force switch or what the hell is all this fire energy doing here? Darkness. Okay, so they do play Monkey Dory. They're just going crazy. But I think this is good because they have to attack because I will win the deck out game. And then I have Mr. Meganium and ABC. Oh, that's a very well-known glitch that's been going on for the longest time. Is when someone disconnects during setup, then fun things happen. If somebody disconnects during setup, then the game replaces prize cards, and it's really funny. They have to come up with the Lucario with the Hero's Cape. The Wally's All right, well, I'm just going to double check. I think I had it no matter what, but I'm just going to double check. So I think I would go Forest of Vitality. Yeah, let's play with my balls, get rid of that and that. And yeah, we don't care about that because I think I'm out of energy. I just realistically, yeah, see, I was doing 390. Look at this. We had it no matter what. I didn't even attach the other energy that I had. I didn't energy switch from the Quilladin. I didn't support her. I didn't Fez. So I had it no matter what. And that is insane. The fact that I won that game just goes to show you I am the #1 naughtiest Chesnaught player in the history of the world. You don't have any idea how close I was to losing this game. All right, so I think I go double Chespin, and then I put Heavy Baton. I have to attach to the Chikorita. I can't let them know what I'm playing, though. It is very important that they don't know what I'm playing because it's forbidden. You know how Exodia is the forbidden one? This is the forbidden one. This should not exist. I'm basically giving them 3 free prizes. But it's Festival Lead. I should have realistically, theoretically, just started attaching to the Chespin and then just foregone the Audino. But I only play a 3-3-3 line of Chesnaught, so getting rid of 3 prizes on the Audino is kind of how the deck functions, right? It's like you get an Audino, you let them beat it off slightly, and that's actually part of the strategy, is because it's not like I have enough recovery to attack 6 times with a Chesnaught. I have a 3-3-3 line, so I'm only ever attacking with 3 Chesnaught unless I get lucky with recovery. But the whole point is that you kind of let the Audino get knocked out. And it does suck that I started Chikorita because realistically, I probably wouldn't have Chikorita in play if I didn't have to. But this is perfect. I just need to get an energy off of the lilies. That is it. All I need is an energy off the lilies. The deck has several. That's it. That is it. And then as long as they don't have Brave Bangle, Black Belt's training, we'll be fine. Okay. This is fine, I think. I have to do thinking here. You know, if there's a long pause here in the game, it's because Trust Your Pilot has to think. Actually, I don't think I have to think. Right? I don't think I have to think here because I'm goated in the sauce. Because I have a naughty chest. Yeah, so, but if I give them Forest of Vitality, that's bad. Right? But if they have, like, bosses, all the things, that's terrible. Huh. No, I think it's fine to give them Forest of Vitality because I don't want to take the risk that they just knock out a Chesnaught and I lose the heavy baton functionality here. Nick, are you being serious? No, no. Oh, God. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I do have to put 2 energy there. So as long as they don't get Brave Bangle or Maximum Belt or Black Belt's training, we're going to be fine. But obviously, if they just have a Diplin, the game is over, and I've probably lost. Yeah, there's a Diplin. If they have a Grookey, they can go Grookey for... Or so they can go Thwacky for Lilies, and then just sort of believe... And then just sort of believe in the heart of the cards, but they got the Lilies already. Yeah, well, the thing is I didn't want to give them Forest of Vitality because it allows them to bench like a Grookey and immediately evolve into it, or bench an Applin and immediately evolve into it. But the good news here is that they have to have Maximum Belt and a Basic. So they need to search for Maximum Belt. They are hitting everything, and this is not good. And I should have gone for the Bayleef last turn. That was the piece of the puzzle that I forgot, is I should have gone for the Bayleef. So I screwed up. I should have gone for Bayleef. I shouldn't have gone for double Chesnaught, because now I don't have a Meganium for next turn, and now I can't attack, and now they have everything, and now I lose. So I told you I had to think, and I knew I was going to screw something up, because it was such a long-winded thing I had to do. But as long as the Audino survives, I am not punished. If they don't have a Maximum Belt, I am fine. And hopefully they just go for, like, the consistency here. Okay, please stall for 1 second. Go for your 4th Thwacky. I don't care if you have 1,000 Thwacky. I don't care how much you thwack off. If you can't knock out the Audino this turn, I win the game. It is that simple. If the Audino somehow, some way survives, I win. But they just need Maximum Belt, Stadium. As long as one of those pieces is missing from their hand, the Audino is surviving. And this is hilarious. But then watch me go 0 for 3 on Kaleido Waltz. Yeah, there's the Stadium bump. Brave Bangle is fine. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Oh God, my keyboard. Oh, I just replaced it. I just replaced my keyboard and now they're doing this. Okay, so this is great. I have everything I need and then we get the energy. So wait, how do I do this? How do I make this twerk? Okay, so I have Bayleef, Meganium. Do I knock out the Diplin early? Or do I... Because I can't knock out the Diplin. I was like, do I knock out the Diplin? No, I can't knock out the Diplin because I didn't get the Meganium. So I knew I did make some slight oopsies there. All right, that's pretty good. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, yeah, 1, 2... Because that's 120. I mean, technically, I don't need anything beyond this. You know, this foe is not beyond any of us. Because I don't need the Meganium, because this is going to do 90. So they're going to Mega Audino, hit into the Chesnaught afterwards, take 90, get knocked out, and then I will impound a Thwacky, and then their Diplin will get knocked out once it hits into me. They can try to boss around and knock out my Meganium, which is fine, but they'll still have, you know, 2 Chesnaught to deal with. So maybe I think the correct call is to go promote the Bayleef, let the Bayleef take 100, evolve into Meganium, retreat off the energy, go into the one with the heavy baton. I believe that's the correct call. Yeah, because the most important thing is forcing them to hit into Chesnaught. And the more times they have to hit into a fresh Chesnaught, the better. So the correct call is evolve into Meganium, hard retreat the Meganium after it takes... sorry. God, so many permutations. Promote the Bayleef, evolve into the Meganium. It'll have 100 damage on it. I hard retreat. It will have 1 less. I go into this guy, knock out their Dipplin with this guy, and then we do the thing. This should have been such a simple matchup. This should have been the most simplest matchup in the history of the world. Oh, it's just Festival Lead, Pilot. You easily win this one. And they did the wave. All right, here we go. They have no damage modifiers, which I find very strange. They haven't used a single damage modifier, and they were just like a maximum belt away from winning the game. But that's fine. I also ditched my special red card, but it doesn't really matter. When they have 4th Thwackey on the field, it doesn't matter. So now it's very important that I do not put Forest of Vitality into play, because they're going to lose 2 Dipplin a turn if they do anything. And if I don't give them Forest of Vitality, they can't do anything. All right, so hard retreat into the one with, yep, hard retreat into the one with the heavy baton. Go into you. I go and get Quilladin. Do I have recovery? What's my recovery? Oh, I have Unfair Stamp. I have Sacred Ass. So I can eat some Sacred Ass at some point, but I essentially have to surprise them with this, because I don't want to just give them a free bosses target. Like, obviously the Meganium is already a free bosses target, but I basically, to shore up my defenses here, I need to attach a 3rd energy to the Chesnaught, because once I have a 3 energy on Chesnaught, they can knock out the Meganium and it doesn't matter. But if they, you know, bosses the Meganium and knock it out, then I can still promote this one and their Dipplin dies. So this is going to be, you know, a mathematician smarter than me could figure out how this is going to end. I don't know how this is going to end. As long as I bench smartly, we will be fine and we will win. If I get screwed over by PDCGL, and yes, that is who I'll blame if I lose, then we will lose. The best thing about this matchup is having to sit through 4 back-to-back-to-back-to-back boom-boom grooves while they grab cards they don't need. So they're going for the Meganium. That's fine, because now that I have 3 on each, that's 90 retaliation damage. Nina is obsessed with my feet. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. So this was all I needed. I only needed 3. Obviously, losing the Meganium is a little annoying if they have, you know, like a Hydrapple or something, which I doubt they do. But if they do have a Hydrapple, that's fine. I have won the game, hopefully, because this dude gets knocked out. They're going to give me a Thwackey. I don't give them a Forest of Vitality. Oh, God, do I actually lose? I honestly have no clue. I think I might lose this game. I'm terrified of that, because I can't put an Audino down. A Forest of Vitality actually helps them. Oh, they screwed up. They screwed up. Oh, they weren't paying attention. Oh, see, that's what happens when you get beaten off by Pilot for an extended period of time. You just lose all focus. You get admitted to the hospital with dehydration because you've just been losing too many fluids after I beat you off too much. Yeah, so that's the thing, is when you're playing a Testicle Festival deck, there's so many moving parts. And then when you introduce something like Chesnaught and you get really naughty, then they just can't win and you just lose all hope. And this is why I don't think playing IRL would work for me ever, because I'd have to play like a spread deck or a mill deck or something that doesn't require a lot of thinking, like Beedrill. Beedrill doesn't require a lot of thinking. It's you find the cards you need or you don't. Oh, they got the concede. So yeah, I think Beedrill will be an IRL card, because imagine playing Pokemon cards for 12 hours straight, and then along the way, someone's like, hey, I got Chesnaught. You're playing Festival League, I got Chesnaught. Every time you hit into my Chesnaught, I beat you off, and I'm the only one who enjoys it. Well, of course, I'm facing a fire deck, but that's okay. I have Fez and Yanmega in the hand. I'm going to be able to Dawn. Naturally, I took out the Meowth in favor of Fezandipiti, which could be good in the long run here, to be completely honest. And then I can go for Chespin. So if I can just top deck something playable, right? If I can just top deck something playable, I'll be okay. I have 2 Surfer, I have Air Balloon, I have Prime Catcher. But none of those matter if I can't just find an energy, or I would have to have a Meganium, which I technically have with my current hand. And they just use the free retreat to combust all over my face. All right, they have a couple Charmander. The Reshiram is fine. That is less fine. I was going to say the Reshiram is fine because they're not taking a knockout. Yeah, and Dax, guess what? I haven't faced a single Zoroark today. I faced 2 festival leads, which was fun, but not a single Zoroark. A little sus if you ask me. All right, as long as I can get an energy in the next 2 turns, we'll be okay. Thank you. But I don't have a retreat card, so I have to go and get... Oh, this is so tricky. I definitely need to get Quilladin. I don't need the... I have Yanmega. The question is, do I go for a Chespin or a Yanma? I think it has to be Yanma in case they do some sort of boss shenanigans here. And then I go get a Meganium because I have Chesnaught in the hand. Yeah, it has to be Yanma, but I don't have to do anything, right? I can just hold the hand. They got nothing on me. I just end turn because I don't know what the hell they're going to do as long as they don't judge, right? I didn't take a knockout. They can't use Unfair Stamp. There's no special red card plays. There's Fire Breather. That's fine as long as they don't have Rare Candy Zard just directly in their hand. So I have to knock out the Reshiram, which is a problem. Oh, they got Rare Candy Zard. That's not good. Unless it's just a Charmeleon. But it's unfortunate because I have to use... Okay, I have to use the Yanmega to knock out the Reshiram. And then I don't have a way of knocking out the Zard. Oh, they did have it. Jeez. I don't have a way of knocking out the Zard. So I have to... What? I have to hit into a Zard with Yanmega. And then knock it out with Chesnaught and hope they don't play like Jumbo Ice Cream or something. But the fact that I have to put... I mean, I don't have to put Fezandipiti down. Technically, I don't have to put Fezandipiti into play. But maybe they won't realize, because the way the screen is handled in PDCGL, they might not realize that the thingy thing is bona fide now. Because remember, Yanmega is not weak, to fire. So that's very important. And then I go Forest of Vitality, Quilladin, Chesnaught. I think I have to Fez. I have to draw as many cards as possible here. Especially if I... Okay, that's the worst possible outcome that could have happened. That is the worst possible outcome that could have happened. And then I have to put Chikorita down. No, I have to put Yanma down. And then Jet Cyclone. Yeah, I still need the Bayleef, but I don't currently need the Meganium. The Meganium would be nice, but I don't currently need it at this exact moment. But the fact that I had, what? I think I had 2 energy left in deck, and I Fezandipiti'd into both of them. That's kind of wild. And that's just, you know, real PDCGL nonsense going on there. But yeah, we have to Fez first. I won't Energy Recycler, because if I can just find a Bayleef, and then I hit into the Charizard with Chesnaught, they are forced to hit into the Chesnaught, and then I can... Oh, no, this is bad. This is really bad. 9 energy is not too little. If I put more energy, I still would have drawn into it. I would have drawn into 3 instead of 2. I think the only way that I could have won this game is if I had bosses on the Oricorio. But even bosses in the Oricorio wouldn't have done it. Because, you know, they had Ultra Ball, so they would have been able to find another one. They have their own Fez. So I have to knock out their Megazard. And then, I don't know. This is going to get a little weird, but I think they have to get rid of 4 energy. That's hilarious. They have to get rid of 4 energy to knock out the Yanmega. Imagine a Fire-type Mega Charizard requiring 4 energy to knock out the Yanmega. And yeah, they got the Nitrous Fire, the Nitro Fire energy, the Nitro Circus energy. Do they have... Okay, they don't have the Megazard Y. More like Megazard Y not, am I right? Megazard Y not. But if I do revisit Mega Charizard with like Delphox, I'll probably put 1 Nitro Fire just to have it, because it does go back into your hand. You can use it infinitely. But the problem is that I can't let them bosses anybody. Right? If they find a single boss's orders, I have lost. I play Unfair Stamp, which you'd think I'd find at some point. I play Unfair Stamp, I play Special Red Card. Special Red Card is active. Obviously, they're going to get rid of the 1 on the active, and then probably like the 2 on the Oricorio, then probably 1 on this guy. Yeah, there's 360. Yeah, that actually made more sense. And it goes back into your hand. So if I can stamp them, they have to attack with this guy. But they also only have to lose 1 energy, which is very bad. That is terrible. Please, just a playable hand. That's all I'm asking for. All right, I mean, technically that is a playable hand. So I go Dawn for Bayleef, Chesnaught, Yanma. That's going to go there. And yeah, this is not good. Do I have a Chespin? I have a Chespin, but I might need to use that Night Stretcher later. So I think what I have to do is I think I have to attach to the Yanma. Actually, how much damage is this guy doing? This guy is doing 160 plus 60, 120, 180. So I'm actually short. I'm actually short of a KO. But I think the only way that I could have maybe won is if I got Unfair Stamp. Because remember, this guy's trapped in the active. So if I was able to find Unfair Stamp, then they would have lost the Nitro Fire. They wouldn't have been able to draw cards with Fez. But this Zard does currently get knocked out. And then on bosses, Yanmega away from winning. I just won this game. I just actually won this game. No matter what they do. There is no way. The Retreat Lock of Impound just won me this game. Because they can't use Special Red Card. They can't use Unfair Stamp. Boss's orders to knock out the Fez does nothing. I have Night Stretcher for Yanmega, Energy Recycler. I also have Meganium. And then I boss's Oricorio. How did I win this game? Math for starters. But that's 60, 120, 180, 240. This Zard gets knocked out if they hit into me. They don't even see it. They don't even see that I have it like that. This was insane. I can't believe I won this game. Oh, you think that energy is going to save you? You know not what you have done. Everyone, I think it's time to admit, yes, I am the greatest Chesnaught player ever. Everyone comment down below. You are literally the greatest Chesnaught player in the history of the universe. And I'm sorry I ever doubted you. They have to promote either the Charmeleon or the Megazard, but they don't know. They don't know what's about to happen. And yeah, they promote the Charmeleon. They start the lesser of 2 evils. And yeah, okay, how do I do this so they don't concede? How do I do this so they don't concede? That's a Bayleef. Okay. I have to make sure I Energy Recycler. But let's go Night Stretcher for the Yanmega. I don't want them to concede. I want to do this the funny way. Okay, then Energy Recycler. And then I'm going to make them think that I don't got it like that, when in fact I do got it like that. And then we go Yanmega. Wow. I am the singular greatest Chesnaught player in the history of the universe. Bow down before me. And look at that. I'm going to knock out your stupid Oricorio because I hate its face. Yes. There was no way that I should have won that game. If it wasn't for Impound, I would have definitely lost that game. But because the Charizard couldn't retreat, and then I prized 2 grass. Even when I pull out the greatest win any Chesnaught player has ever done in the history of PTCGL, the game still finds a way to just be like, hey, you still prized 2 grass. I still got you a little bit there, pilot. This is a very interesting matchup that I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose. I can attach the basic energy to Maractus and then energy switch it off later, but I'm still going to be item locked next turn, which is a problem, obviously. All right, there's a Chespin. I have to put the Ogerpon. Ooh, I have Quilladin. I have to put the Ogerpon down because if I can build up a beefy enough Ogerpon, that does just one-shot a Beedrill. And if they target my Ogerpon, they're not targeting the naughty chest, so that's good. But that was almost a perfect Lilies, right? That was almost everything. If that Ultra Ball was a Chikorita, perfectest Lilies in the history of the universe. But I'm in a situation where a bosses kind of ruins my life. But the Ogerpon, this is bait, right? You ever see that you ever watch Mad Max Fury Road? That's bait. This is bait. I'm only ever going to have 1, 2. Why? Why would you be putting Crushing Hammer in Beedrill? That's not very cool. I mean, technically, I think they should have gone for the one on the Maractus, right? Technically, actually, because I think they were thinking they could retreat, but they can't retreat. But I think you go for the one on the Maractus, right? Because you want to try to prevent my Maractus from attacking. With what my board position is, I think in that situation, you're supposed to go for the energy on the Maractus. But maybe they're playing the long game here, and they're like, well, that Ogerpon at some point can one-shot a Beedrill if I don't play my cards right. All right, there's a Dawn. Absolute. Ah, crap. Yeah, I guess technically the Dawn makes the most sense, even though I don't necessarily want it. I don't want it. Okay, I was trying to do a Jon Snow. Do not clip that. I do not know what that was. That was not what I was trying to do. All right, so I only have the one Chikorita, so I guess I go for Quilladin Chesnaught in case I get a basic. And okay, so I have to, in case their A-Spec is unfair stamp, I have to do this. They might go for my Meganium. I mean, I have to just take the KO. I have to just take the KO. There's nothing else I can do. But the fact that they're not playing any card draw, right? The pairing with Beedrill is that you always, 100 million bajillion %, you always play it with the Dunsparce. Because you need to be able to draw cards. I have not seen that. They're just relying on Lilies, which is working so far. Oh, man. And notice how I should have Lilies last turn and I didn't because I'm an idiot. Because now I have to rely on an energy switch if I want to attack with Chesnaught. So in this situation, I really should have Lilies. I got too concerned about being burned in the past by Lilies. And I should have realized that, no, I should have just believed in the heart of the cards. Energy Swatter? What the hell are they playing? I gotta give them a thumbs up. Yeah, my hand is great. They got the old Energy Swatter. I did build decks with this card. It's on the VODs channel for a very good reason. All right, I think I have to believe in the Chesnaught and the fact that I'll get an energy switch. Because that's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to put a Fez down. I think that's okay. Because they're not playing any card draw. How are you getting by without a little help from your friends here? Okay, so I have to Ultra Ball away the Ogerpon. Go and get, I guess, Fez. I would have liked to have grabbed Chespin. But I don't really have a way of finding Fezandipiti. Yeah, I guess technically it makes sense to Fez first. Because the odds of me getting... the odds of me getting a Chespin are quite high with all the Poffin and Bug Catching Set that I have. Oh, dear God. All right, well, now I just need an energy switch. That's all I need. I just need an energy switch and we're fine. I didn't get an energy switch, but I do have another Ogerpon. Okay. Okay, that's a Bayleef. I guess I go for double energy here. Oh, God, this is not PogChamp, as the kids these days would say. This is the opposite of PogChamp. There's 3 energy switch in the deck. I played the percentages perfectly. Suck my butt. Would you kindly suck my butt? All right, there's a Chespin. Do I even have the 3? I have 2. So I have 2 energy switches. So that turn where I dawned instead of Lilies, That was how I lose this game. But again, they don't have any card draw. They should be struggling at some point. At some point, their deck... Okay, well, yeah, now I give you another thumbs up. Yeah. Yep, that's another thumbs up. So they do knock out the Chesnaught, but they take 6 damage counters in return. I'm going to have Meowth. That's right. How many energy do I need on an Ogerpon to knock out a Beedrill is the question. Does anyone want to do the math for me? Yeah, but you see how I'm struggling. I'm struggling. There is no way. There's... Can I get my unfair stamp or something, or a special red card or something, please? Oh my God. How are they doing this? This is insane. You didn't prize anything. They are playing any card draw. They didn't prize anything. If you go back and watch the VOD for Beedrill EX, I played Beedrill for 3 hours. There wasn't a single game where I didn't prize one of the pieces. There literally was not a singular game where the pieces were not prized. All right, there's a bosses. That's 180, so I need 1 more energy. That's fine. So 1 more goes on you. The question is, do I knock out a fresh one? Do I knock out a fresh one? Do I say hello and knock out a fresh one? But I think maybe that's game losing if I do that. Ooh, there's an energy switch that I needed last turn. All right, so Ogerpon. And then attach to you. Energy switch to you. So, I mean, another energy would have done it. So maybe I lilies and you know, we try to get something going here. Because I should have like an unfair stamp. Or what's my ace spec? Did I? Oh, it's Max Rod. Ew. Okay, so then I guess I don't lilies here. I guess technically I shouldn't lilies because I have bosses and I might need to use that next turn. And I have 2 energy in my hand. So yeah, we'll go Ogerpon KO. But Nick, you're saying that Mega Venusaur doesn't need energy switch, but it's a 3 prize liability. Okay, so as long as they can't find bosses, I will be fine. They're playing Energy Swatter, they're playing Crushing Hammer, they're playing all this wacky stuff. Rumble and Bees. I can win this game as long as they don't have a Crushing Hammer. Or whatever I said, bosses. Yeah, that's the thing that I said. Okay, we're going to Fezandipiti. All the cards I don't need, fantastic. And then let's get, yeah, double energy. Let's just get everything out of the deck. Okay, we can do this. Press 1 if you believe. Press 1 if you've never believed in something more than you've believed in me winning this game. I don't have a special red card. Really wish I had one of them things. I do not have one of those. All right, so that'll go there. And then how much do I need to put on a Beedrill? Because remember, they can't retreat. So if I do this, that's 60, 120, 180. So that's 340. So the Beedrill gets knocked out if it hits into me. And then I can load up an Ogerpon. Then I just load up a singular Ogerpon. Energy switch from this guy to this guy, from Justin to Kelly. And then watch them just have the bosses and I lose. Because they didn't prize a single piece of the Beedrill line. Let me repeat. They did not prize a single piece of the Beedrill line. And they were able to find like their 6 energy. Right? They were able to fully power up every Beedrill. Okay, this is a good sign. This is a very, very good sign. I don't know why they're building up Beedrill's damage, because they do just have it like that. But there's no point to doing this. You either have bosses or you don't. You just need bosses in one of the next 2 turns and you win the game. If you don't, you lose the game. This is all unnecessary stuff. Oh, I just won. How do I keep winning these games? How did I win this game too? I am just so good at math that, you know, they hit everything. I'm the best PDCGL player. I'm literally the best PDCGL player in the world. It hurts how good I am at Pokemon cards. You know, if it hurts me to be this good, you must be in excruciating pain watching me be the greatest PDCGL player in history and have a naughty chest. My chest is so naughty. What are you gonna do about it? My chest is too naughty. Ooh, I need someone to stop this chest from being so naughty. Oh, and they can see. Okay, well, I wasn't BMing. I did need to attach the energy. So there you go. I have run the gamut. I don't even know how I won that game either.